we're getting straight into this commentary right now. There is no time to waste because this list is going to be a beefy one. We have a lot of stuff we have to discuss when it comes to the pros and cons of this game. And also, before we go ahead and list out these things, like I said, I wanted to push this video back for Thursday instead of Wednesday because I wanted to give Sledgehammer Games a little time to respond, and they actually did. They put out a blog post saying that they're working on nerfing the sun, cracking down on Red Star Rays, which is just, I think it's like some color things that are going on in Red Star. It's a weird glitch. Removing Dognados, you know, the dogs like twisting around and flying around everywhere. Tuning spawns to avoid Hotel Royale's murder kitchen, and also closing open mic lobbies and search and destroy. And also they said they have a bunch of other things with weapon tuning, audio mixing, visibility. There's a lot of things they're going to be perfecting for the final build of the game. So I am going to be mentioning some of these things that they just said in this blog post in the pros and cons, but like I said, I just wanted to go ahead and list this stuff out here just so everyone knows what Sledgehammer Games is putting the most of their time towards. But with that being said, let's get straight into the pros. The first thing I wrote down here is that this game is extremely gory, and that's something that I really wanted out of this title. I wanted a World War II game that could live up to the days of World at War, and World at War was one of those games that really truly introduced gore into their franchise, not only with Nazi zombies, but along with their original multiplayer experience. I mean, shoot, you shoot someone in the legs with a pump-action shotgun or a double barrel, they're flying off in World at War, and that was just fascinating to see. And they never really brought back that type of gore into a Call of Duty game, but I gotta say, in Call of Duty Vanguard, the gore is just phenomenal. I'm absolutely in love with it. The next pro is how stim shots work in Call of Duty Vanguard. I gotta say, they are practically useless, which I really do prefer. I know a lot of people are gonna be angry about that, but I don't personally like how in Modern Warfare and Black Ops Cold War, you are basically crippled if you don't go ahead and use a stim shot as your tactical. You're at a massive disadvantage, and I don't like that. So I think it's a little bit better in Vanguard. You can use it, you know, it will benefit you in certain areas, but at the end of the day, it's not something you are forced to use. It adds more variety to the title. The next pro is kind of strange, but I really do enjoy the hitmarker sound when it comes to Call of Duty Vanguard. Again, I know it's a weird one, but to me personally, hitmarker sounds are kind of crucial to a game because that's what you hear every single time you engage in a gunfight, and you engage in a lot of gunfights. So if the hitmarker sound is annoying or stupid, you're going to get pissed off pretty easily, so I like that. And also another pro is how they resolved the stun issue when it comes to PC. Finally, I don't know why it took this long. I don't know why we had to wait years after years after years, but we finally resolved the stun issue when it comes to PC and mouse and keyboard. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about when I say stun effect on PC, you could go and look up any video on YouTube, Modern Warfare stun effect on mouse and keyboard, or Black Ops Cold War stun effect on mouse and keyboard versus controller. It's just insane how slow it is, and it's nearly impossible to move your cursor if you get stunned. And like I said, it's been an issue that's been going on for years, and they finally resolved it. I gotta say, I'm very thankful for this. Next up, the balancing of the weapons is actually pretty solid. The STG and MP40 obviously overshine pretty much every single thing in this game, and there's clearly a meta set, and everybody wants to abuse the meta, but at the end of the day, if they do decide to nerf those two weapons and work around it, the rest of the catalog is extremely good. Like, the Volk is amazing, the NZ is fantastic, the bar is great, the MP40 and the Tommy gun are great in this game. Pretty much all the LMGs are really solid all around. The sniper rifles are fantastic. Everything's pretty good. They just need to go ahead and work that MP40 and also the STG down. I put this next one down as a pro, but it could easily be a con depending on how you think about it. But the EKIA system from Black Ops 4 and Black Ops Cold War is actually coming into Call of Duty Vanguard. It completely skipped over Call of Duty Modern Warfare, so I'm kind of shocked to see that this game running on the same engine is going to have, you know, the EKIA system, especially since it's on 100 HP. The reason they have the EKIA system in Black Ops 4 and Black Ops Cold War is because it's 150 HP, so it's a lot of bullets you have to sink into someone, so it's going to be really annoying if you sink in like 10 bullets and then someone steals your kill, you know what I'm saying? But in a game where it takes like 3 bullets to kill someone, you don't really need an EKIA system. That's why I said it could be a con, honestly, because it doesn't really make much sense for a game like this. But at the end of the day, I don't mind being able to pick up an extra kill on the leaderboards. Even if I get a couple of shots in, it still counts for your kill. So I think it's honestly a pro. I don't mind at all. The next pro I know is going to be very controversial because I know people have been complaining about the footsteps in this game, but I personally really enjoy how the footsteps are. I was one of those people who was complaining like it was no tomorrow in Modern Warfare because, Jesus Christ, you just sound like an elephant stomping around the room 24/7 every step you took, and you weren't even sprinting, and people could tell where you were like 50 houses away. It was awful. I hated it. And basically, this is the complete opposite. It's literally the complete opposite of what Modern Warfare is, where footsteps are non-existent. I have not used the Dead Silence field upgrade at all during this whole beta. There's absolutely no reason. And I kind of like that. But to an extent, I do understand that it might be a little too quiet. I don't like saying that. It hurts me to say that because, like I said, all I did was complain about it being too loud, and then all they did is just completely take the sound away, and now I'm saying it's too quiet. It's like, oh, I know it hurts, but I personally like it, but I think for the overall community and to make sure that dead silence has a purpose in this game, you should raise them just a tiny bit. Please, please don't go pull Battlefield 5 and just, you know, raise it all the way back up like Modern Warfare sound audio is. Please, I'm begging you. Just a tiny bit, and I think it will be phenomenal. It's already fantastic as it is right now. I love it. And lastly, the map designs. I know this is a little controversial as well. I know a lot of people hate them, but personally, I actually like the maps, and I think they have great flow. I have a good time on them, and even though 6v6 is a little rough, all I do is just play Assault and Blitz, and I think they run absolutely fantastic. And I know people are going to hate me for this. Again, another very hot take, but this map that you're watching right here is one of my favorite maps in this game. I think it's my second favorite map. It goes Eagle's Nest first, then Red Star, which is this right here, Hotel Royale, and then Gavutu, I think is going to be my lineup so far. I know a lot of people don't enjoy this map, but I enjoy it. It's fun for long-range rifle gameplay, long-range snipers, LMGs. It's great for all that stuff, and even SMGs. All you got to do is just run inside the buildings. I'll have some more gameplay of this map on my channel so you guys can see my strategies on it, but at the end of the day, I think the maps are pretty darn good compared to some of the other maps in the past. Every beta I've played in Black Ops Cold War and in Modern Warfare, I hated the maps. I hated them. And then after that, they would have released more maps. It was only like 3 more maps at launch, and it was just they weren't any better, so it was just crap. But here we played 4 maps, and we're going to have like 12 plus more maps to play and, you know, fresh content to grind through when the game releases. Not just 3 maps, it's going to be like 12 plus maps coming into this game. And what I've already played on is really solid map designs. I think it's going to be really good when it comes to the flow of the game. I got to give Sledgehammer Games props. I was a little worried about this, but they did pretty well with the map designs. Alright, that sums up all the pros. We're going to move over to the cons again. Thank you guys for sticking through the video for this long. I'm trying to get through it. Like I said, it's a lot of stuff I have to talk about for this game, so I'm going to try to crunch it in as shortly as possible so it's not like, you know, a 20-plus minute video for you guys. Alright, to the cons. First off, obviously, as everybody already knows, suppression, explosive bullets, fire shells, whatever you want to call them in this game, awful. Remove from the game. Worst possible thing you could ever add in is allowing someone to shoot around your body and slow you down to make you an easier target while you're trying to escape. It just makes no sense at all. Alright, second up, the streaks won't work properly on the PC port. I think they work just fine on console, so it's not really an issue there. But for PC, the majority of the streaks are just completely busted. Like, for example, the glide bomb, you cannot move it. It's almost like the glide bomb got stunned from Modern Warfare Black Ops Cold War. You cannot move. I had to swipe like 50 trillion times just to move a centimeter. It's really bad. And also, the mortar strike is glitched as well. You can't call it in. You pick up the mine, you put it right back, and then you can't pick up equipment. You can't hit F or the use button. You can't call in any more of your streaks. It's very strange, so the mortars need to be looked at as well. Also, Sledgehammer, can you please look at the flinching when it comes to Call of Duty Vanguard? It's really crazy. And also, some of those attachments as well, could you either remove them or just, like, I don't know, honestly, just removing them would be perfect. Already with the bad flinch in this game and then attachments that add flinch even more, it's just, a lot of the gunfights are just insane in Call of Duty Vanguard, and it covers up the solid gunplay of this title. Truly, I love the gunplay in Call of Duty Vanguard, but when over half of the gunfights I'm either getting suppressed, explosive shots are shaking my screen, I'm blowing up in flames, or my gun is just flying into the sky because of all of that stuff including flinch. It's hard to focus on the fantastic gunplay when you have so many things you have to counter. Please, if you can mess with that stuff, that'll be fantastic. After that, the field mics, they are horrifying in this game. I don't understand because they completely took a step back. Black Ops Cold War is fine. They took like 2 bullets to destroy with your gun, and then you could either just walk up to them and then hit the use button, and it'll instantly destroy them in a blink of an eye. You can't do that. You can't walk up to them and hold the F button to destroy it, and it takes like half of a magazine to destroy these things. Half a mag! I don't want to be emptying it out a whole clip just to take out a field mic. Please, if you could just literally copy and paste a field mic from Black Ops Cold War into Vanguard, that would be fantastic in my opinion. This one is going to be an obvious one, as you guys could tell by the thumbnail. The Sun is overpowered. Forget skill-based matchmaking. The Sun is skill-based matchmaking. It's the father of skill-based matchmaking. It has interrupted so many gunfights in this title that I can't even explain, and it really makes me wonder even test the game sometimes, because you would think something like that is just so blatantly in your face. It's the first thing I recognized. The first time I loaded in, the sun slapped me. I was like, oh my god, it's bright. So I don't know, but like I said, they already addressed it. They already said they're going to nerf that, so it's not too big of an issue. Cheating, pretty big deal. I've been seeing clips all over the place, and I've also run into a few cheaters. Not too many, only 2 cheaters and all of the playtime that I've accumulated in Call of Duty Vanguard. So that's actually not too bad, I would say. But I've seen a lot more clips on the internet. And it's because they're running the same anti-cheat system. Apparently the same system for Modern Warfare is in Vanguard. So the new system that they have planned is not coming out until Vanguard officially releases. So we are playing on an old-fashioned anti-cheat system. It doesn't work too well, which might explain why there was so many cheaters in this situation. But at the end of the day, it's no excuse. They should have just tested out the brand new anti-cheat in that situation right here, right now in the beta, you know what I'm saying? That would probably been a lot better. Next up is the visibility, which they did address. They said they're going to be working on that. But we need factions as well for the visibility. I can't tell you how many times I have been up close and personal. I'm looking through the sniper scope and someone runs up in front of me. Or just in any situation, I'm in a dark building or I'm playing Blitz where there's like 20 plus teammates in one room. And then there's a random enemy who's flanked us. And I can't tell the difference between an enemy and a teammate because there's like 10 of the same characters. It's like freaking Where's Waldo? It's ridiculous. Please, I really hope there's going to be factions, because they did this in Black Ops Cold War, where there was absolutely no different teams, no sides, and then in the official release, they went ahead and put in factions. I'm hoping it's the same exact thing. I'm fingers crossed, because it is really rough to point out people with a bad visibility in this game and all the darkness in this title. It's a very gloomy title. It's pretty much like World at War, in my opinion, when it comes to visibility and, you know, graphics and stuff like that. And then on top of that, everybody's running the same skin. It just needs to be worked on a little bit. Alright, next up is not showing deaths on the scoreboard. I don't know why they brought that back from Modern Warfare. I thought we resolved that when Black Ops Cold War came out. There's no purpose for that. It's really annoying, and I can already predict something in the future. They're going to sell something to us, just like they did in Modern Warfare, where they sold us a watch. A freaking watch they sold to us in order to see your kill-death ratio in the game. It's just an Activision scheme. I don't know if this is something that, you know, Sledgehammer Games is capable of doing, because it seems like this is always a case for Activision to make a few extra bucks, you know, taking the deaths off the scoreboard to add in a watch in the game that tells you what you're going on. I'm smelling some really bad microtransactions coming in the near future. After that, the hipfire is disgusting in this game. I really hope they adjust that on all weapons across the board. Also, the sprint to fire time is disgusting in this game. It's nearly impossible to run and gun in this title in certain points, and it's a lot more reliable to just walk around. Just never sprint because of the sprint to fire time. Even if you deck out attachments on your gun, it's just not worth it. I hope they work on that a little bit, just so the game can feel a little bit more fluent, because I think that holds back from the title being a little bit more fast-paced, because I see a lot of potential, especially with the map designs, that it could be more aggressive, but because the sprint to fire time is so disgusting, over half of the assault rifles and LMGs and marksman rifles are just pointless to use if you're going to run and gun. You have to play very defensively when you're using a rifle. And last but not least, this is very obvious, they have to work on skill-based matchmaking in this game. It's seriously, it has to be toned down. 6v6 is just ridiculous, and I can't even touch it right now. Like I said earlier, I'm only playing Blitz, and I don't want to do that because I came to Call of Duty for 6v6, and in this game specifically, it works pretty darn good. But the players are the reason that it's impossible to enjoy this title. Like, seriously, what's the point in camping my butt off in 6v6 because I have to verse a bunch of extreme sweat lords every single game of my life? You know, I'm not going to run and gun against a bunch of extreme sweat lords. They're just at my same skill level. You know, you have to play defensively. You have to hold angles against each other. You have to find different advantages on each other. So why would I do that in 6v6? If I'm going to have to hold angles, I might as well go to Blitz and find like 20 plus people run down the open, which will make holding angles a lot more easier and more fun. That's what I did in Modern Warfare. Same thing. Same story. The 6v6 experience, stupidly sweaty. Why bother holding angles in 6v6 all game long and waiting 10 centuries to find someone when I could just go to Blitz and do the same exact gameplay there, but find twice the amount of people? But it's not Blitz. It's called a ground war in Modern Warfare. But it's just so much easier, and that's what it's going to come to be when it comes to Call of Duty Vanguard. I'm not going to be playing 6v6 more than likely, and until they fix the skill-based matchmaking in this title, the game is just, it's very competitive, and if that's the future of COD, I guess as long as I have these larger team game modes, I could probably tolerate it, but it's pretty sad to see the direction that 6v6 has gone. But guys, thank you for your patience on this pros and cons video. Like I said, I wanted to get it out on Wednesday, but wanted to wait a little bit longer to see how Sledgehammer Games handled the whole situation. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed. I like what they're going to be working on: weapon balancing, visibility, the sound engine itself. There's a lot of things, weapon tuning. It's a lot of stuff they're going to be working on. I hope it actually comes out to be a good thing when the game releases, but time can only tell. It's probably going to be the same situation. It's going to be rough for months on end, and halfway through the cycle, it might feel a little decent. Who knows? But guys, thanks so much for tuning into this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like button. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new and you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, want to chat with me, there's 2 ways to do so: over Twitter and Discord. Both those links are down in the description. And also, want to catch me live stream some video games I do over on Twitch. Link to that is in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.